If you're over 60 and concerned about keeping your memory sharp, what I'm about to tell you might shock you. The low-fat diet trend that dominated medical advice for the past 30 years could actually be accelerating cognitive decline. While millions of people have been religiously avoiding butter, choosing skim milk, and trimming every ounce of fat from their meals, groundbreaking research from Harvard Medical School and the Mayo Clinic reveals that our brains desperately need dietary fat to function properly as we age. This isn't fringe science or another fad diet claim. This is validated research showing that people over 60 who consume adequate healthy fats have significantly better memory retention, faster processing speed, and lower rates of cognitive decline than those following traditional low-fat diets. But first, let's look at what's really happening to memory and cognitive function after age 60. The memory crisis after 60. The statistics are sobering. After age 60, the brain naturally loses about 5% of its volume per decade, with the hippocampus, your memory center, being particularly vulnerable. Approximately 40% of adults over 65 experience measurable memory decline that impacts daily life. Processing speed slows, word recall becomes more difficult, and multitasking becomes increasingly challenging. But here's the critical finding that's changing how neuroscientists think about aging. A landmark study from Rush University Medical Center followed 960 older adults for nearly 5 years and found that those who consumed the highest amounts of healthy fats, particularly from olive oil, nuts, and fish, showed cognitive performance equivalent to people 7.5 years younger. Meanwhile, those on strict low-fat diets showed accelerated cognitive decline. The evidence is mounting that the heart-healthy low-fat guidelines we've followed for decades may have inadvertently compromised our brain health. To understand why fat is so crucial for memory, you need to know what your brain is actually made of. Your brain is literally made of fat. Here's a fact that might blow your mind. Your brain is approximately 60% fat, making it the fattiest organ in your body. This isn't excess fat or unhealthy fat. It's structural fat that's absolutely essential for brain function. Every single one of your 86 billion neurons is wrapped in a fatty substance called myelin, which acts like insulation on electrical wires, allowing signals to travel up to 100 times faster between brain cells. Think about what this means. When you restrict dietary fat, you're literally depriving your brain of the raw materials it needs to maintain and repair itself. The cell membranes of your neurons are made primarily of fatty acids. The myelin sheaths that protect your neural pathways and ensure quick, clear thinking, they're 70% fat. Your brain's gray matter contains high concentrations of DHA, an omega-3 fatty acid that's crucial for memory formation and recall. Without adequate dietary fat, your brain can't produce enough neurotransmitters, can't maintain proper cell structure, and can't efficiently transmit the electrical signals that create thoughts and memories. It's like trying to build a house without lumber. The structure simply can't hold. Now, let's dive into the fascinating science of exactly how these fats protect and enhance your memory. The science of fat and memory. Recent neuroscience research has uncovered 3 critical ways that dietary fats directly impact memory after 60. First, omega-3 fatty acids, particularly DHA, increase the production of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which acts like fertilizer for your brain cells. Studies from the University of Pittsburgh show that higher DHA levels correlate with larger hippocampal volumes and better memory performance in older adults. Second, healthy fats reduce neuroinflammation, which researchers now believe is a primary driver of age-related cognitive decline. A 2023 study published in Nature Neuroscience found that people who consumed at least 15 grams of omega-3 rich foods daily had 40% less brain inflammation markers than those on low-fat diets. This inflammation directly interferes with memory formation and retrieval. Third, and perhaps most importantly, fats are essential for maintaining the blood-brain barrier, the protective shield that keeps toxins out while allowing nutrients in. As we age, this barrier naturally becomes more permeable, but research from Johns Hopkins shows that adequate consumption of monounsaturated fats from sources like olive oil and avocados can strengthen this barrier, protecting memory centers from damage. The Mediterranean diet, which is roughly 40% fat, has been associated with a 53% reduction in Alzheimer's risk compared to low-fat diets. But here's the crucial part. Not all fats are created equal. Let me show you exactly which fats your brain needs and which ones to avoid. The right fats versus wrong fats. Let's get specific about which fats actually protect your memory and which ones can harm it. The brain-boosting superstars are omega-3 fatty acids, particularly DHA and EPA, found in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. Research shows you need at least 1,000 milligrams of combined DHA and EPA daily for optimal brain function. That's about 2 servings of fatty fish per week. If you're not getting this, your brain is literally running on empty. Next are monounsaturated fats from extra virgin olive oil, avocados, and nuts, especially walnuts and almonds. The Predimed study, which followed 7,447 older adults, found that those who consumed 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil daily showed significantly better memory and cognitive function than the control group. These fats support membrane flexibility and reduce oxidative stress in brain cells. But here's what to avoid: trans fats and excessive omega-6 fatty acids from processed vegetable oils like corn, soybean, and sunflower oil. These create inflammation in the brain and compete with omega-3 second for absorption. The modern Western diet has an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of about 16:1, when it should be closer to 4:1. Also crucial, saturated fats from grass-fed beef, coconut oil, and butter are actually beneficial in moderation, about 10% of your daily calories. They're essential for hormone production and vitamin absorption, both critical for brain health. Now that you know which fats your brain needs, let's talk about how to actually incorporate them into your daily routine. Practical implementation. Here's your brain protective fat prescription. Aim for 35 to 40% of your daily calories from healthy fats. That's about 78 to 89 grams for a 2,000 calorie diet. Start your day with 2 to 3 whole eggs cooked in a tablespoon of olive oil or grass-fed butter. That's 20 grams of brain-healthy fat right there. Add half an avocado to your lunch, another 15 grams. Snack on a handful of walnuts in the afternoon, 18 grams. And have a 4-ounce serving of wild salmon for dinner, 13 grams of the highest quality omega-3 second. Here's a simple weekly framework: fish twice a week, Tuesday and Friday. Nuts daily about 1 ounce, olive oil as your primary cooking oil, 3 to 4 tablespoons daily, and avocados 3 to 4 times per week. Supplement wisely. If you don't eat fish regularly, consider a high-quality fish oil supplement providing at least 1,000 milligrams of combined DHA and EPA. Look for third-party tested brands to avoid contaminants. The timing matters too. Consume fats with every meal to optimize nutrient absorption and maintain stable blood sugar, which is crucial for cognitive function. Fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, all essential for brain health, can only be absorbed when consumed with fat. This means that salad without olive oil or nuts is missing the point entirely. Add fats to your vegetables, not as an afterthought, but as an essential component of brain-healthy eating. As we wrap up, let me give you the key takeaways and your immediate action steps. Call to action and recap. Let's recap the game-changing truth about fat in your memory. Your brain is 60% fat and requires dietary fat to maintain its structure and function. The low-fat diet advice of the past 30 years has potentially been starving our brains of essential nutrients. Contributing to the memory decline we've been told is just part of aging. Research now proves that people over 60 who consume adequate healthy fats, omega-3 second, monounsaturated fats, and even some saturated fats, show dramatically better memory retention, cognitive function equivalent to people years younger, and up to 53% reduction in dementia risk. Here's what you need to do today. First, stop buying anything labeled low-fat or fat-free. These products often replace fat with sugar and chemicals that harm brain function. Second, add 1 serving of fatty fish to your grocery list this week. Third, switch from vegetable oil to extra virgin olive oil for cooking. Fourth, eat the whole egg, not just the whites. And fifth, add a handful of walnuts or almonds to your daily routine. These 5 simple changes can begin transforming your brain health immediately. Remember this: it's not too late to protect and even improve your memory. Your brain has remarkable plasticity, even after 60. Every meal is an opportunity to feed your brain what it actually needs. The choice between skim milk and whole milk, between egg whites and whole eggs, between avoiding fat and embracing it, these aren't just dietary decisions. They're decisions about your cognitive future. You now have information that could literally save your memories. The question is, what will you do with it? Start with one change today. Your brain and your future self will thank you. Subscribe for more science-backed strategies to protect your brain after 60.